Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for those two legends of sport. It's Beefy and the Bull.
Hello everyone, this is Beefy and the Bull. I remember playing in the 72 grand final.
72! Doesn't go down like a sack of spuds this week.
None of this soft stuff.
Oh, Beefy! Oh, you've come out all guns blazing, mate. Beefy and the Bull, Beefy and the Bull, Beefy and the Bull.
Yes, good morning.
Beefy and the Bull, Beefy and the Bull.
Let's get that out of my way.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Here we are again for our sports report.
Good morning there, Beefy, and good morning, listeners.
Yes, great. Well, one of the most expensive parties to be hosted by an NRL player occurred last week, with Dragons player Paul Vaughan having his $800,000, can you believe that? $800,000 a year he gets. His contract torn up with the Dragons and players issued with over $300,000 in fines and a number of suspensions in relation to the COVID breaches. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Beefy. Can you believe that after being warned about celebrations during the COVID lockdown, that they simply thumbed it and went on their merry way?
Yes, and what is even more amazing is that Jack DeBellin, who has just returned the game after a couple of years off due to an investigation, thought it was a good idea to not only go to the party, but to hide under a bed when the police arrived and then to lie about it all.
Yeah, some people just don't deserve to be in the position they are. Too much money and not enough grey matter. None of these scandals ever happened in our day of playing this wonderful big game.
No, so true, Will, so true.
Yeah, thank God there was no social media or mobile phones around back then.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, I remember that time.
Yeah, okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
Well,
but
moving
remember
on.
that party with the donkey and the...
This week's NRL tips, and it's another short round due to State of Origin. Of course, last night was the Raiders and the not-so-manly Sea Eagles, and the Raiders wiped the manly Sea Eagles, or as we call them, not so manly Sea Eagles, 30-16. Of course, the Sea Eagles do have a number of players in Origin. Half of them probably wish they were in COVID, seeing they're playing for Maroons. Yeah. Friday being tonight, we've got the Rabbits and Cowboys. A little bit of luck, the Rabbits will do that. Saturday, Bulldogs, Roosters. Who knows? Roosters should take care of that pretty easily. Sunday, Sharks and Warriors. Oh, dearie me. Let's go Warriors just for an upset here. And that is my NRL tips for this week, being the shortened games. What do you have on for the AFL?
Well, damn Beefy. Yeah, Port Adelaide versus Melbourne last night. Melbourne beaten by 31 points. Close game there for a while. Tonight we've got the Bombers versus the Crows. I'll go the Bombers there at Marvel Stadium. Saturday, Hawks versus Dockers. The Hawks will win that one, and as they look ahead to the succession coaching plan of Clarkson going out, their premiership winning coach going heading the reins over to Mitchell. That should be interesting. Watch that space. Carlton versus Geelong at the MCG. Carlton play better on the G, but I'm going to go Geelong on that one. Brisbane Lions versus St Kilda. Let me have a look at that. Was it Metricon? Right. Interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
We might pop down. Let me see that. The Lions will go with that one. Sunday, Giants versus Suns. Suns coming off the back of beating the Tigers there. Will be still celebrating, so Giants will win that one. Western Bulldogs versus Sydney. Great game there. I'll go with the Bulldogs as it's down in Marvel. Tigers versus Collingwood. Well, that's going to be a cracker on Sunday at the MCG. I'll go the Tigers. That Collingwood are all over the shop since getting rid of their coach Nathan Buckley. And moving on to West Coast versus North Melbourne. You know what? I tell you what, they're odds-on favourites to win West Coast, and it's over there in the West. But I've got a strange feeling about North Melbourne.
Have you?
Yeah, let's see how that goes this week.
right.
And that is my AFL tips.
Interesting. And another proper boxing match was held on Wednesday night when young Tim Zoo took on Steve Sparks. Now, Sparksy was called up late after Zarafa pulled out just a week prior due to COVID restrictions, which I think was a bit of a
Are you
cop
sure
out.
it's due to COVID restriction? Wasn't he some of his chains of coffee places?
Yeah,
doing
no,
so well, or-
not Zarafis. No, he's not a coffee owner, no.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately, by the second round, I'm sure Sparksy had wished he had also come up with some reason not to fight Tim Zoo.
Yeah, it was well and truly over by the third round, and again showing how dangerous and professional Tim Zoo is. He makes it look effortless.
Yes, he sure does, and I'm sure at one stage there in the second round, I actually saw Tim Zoo stop throwing punches with his right hand so he could hold a cup of tea.
Speaking of throwing punches, or at least someone who has had too many to the noggin, Anthony Mundine. Yeah, what's going on with this bloke? He's decided to go on an anti-vaccine rant on social media, telling everyone not to have it as it's a death wish.
Yes, well, this isn't the first time Dr. Mundine has provided the world with his professional opinion of something that he obviously has great knowledge of through years of study and research.
I didn't know Mundine was a doctor. Jeez, who would have thought?
He isn't, I was being sarcastic.
Oh. Hey, Beefy, I keep thinking of some of the funny things that happened back in our footy days. There are a lot of funny times that I wish we had photos of. Like, remember that time our fullback Joey had his face in that pile of talcum powder just before the grand final? That was funny, eh?
Yes, anyway, that's all for today's sport.
Jeez, he was fast that day, wasn't he? He was running all over the paddock, tackling everything. Just a shame he was over in the sheep paddock next to the footy field and not the actual playing paddock.
Yeah, okay, Bill.
Like he was supposed to.
All right, that's enough
You know, Joey.
reminiscing.
They never found him. They never found the body.
That's it for sport
But,
this week. Remember, sport waits for no one, and we won't talk about any more of the past.
101.3 FM, Memphis Mayhem Radio.